Joey Reese and Pickle Boot Shop. Get yourself a pickle. Get yourself a boot. Joey Reese and Pickle Boot Shop. Pickle time is happening.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Pickle and Boot Shop, a diabolical brainwashing machine.
We're about to just drop an egg filled with excitement into your lap.
This is the best that NPR has to offer here at the Pickle and Boot Shop.
I'm sorry if our enthusiasm has you anxious as you drive home, but we're the Pickle and Boot Shop. Greasy Groper and
me.
Jerk Yorkie.
And jerking Yorkie. Yeah. Greasing Groper and jerking Yorkie.
Yorkies. I'm a dog breeder.
You got several issues of Dog Fancy, and you're just like, there you go. Who's your daddy?
Oh, the new dog fancy came out. What's the centerfold? Oh, it's a Mastiff. That really puts the stiff in Mastiff.
Whoa. That is a lot.
So we were talking off air prior to about co-parenting when there's a divorce.
Right. And I was asking Joe how their co-parenting went with he and Leslie, and like if they had to enforce, I guess, discipline as a unit. And it's pretty good because like Lyndon kind of had a meltdown when she doesn't eat, and she was really tired because
same girl.
The rule at my house is like this is what I tell them. I know you swear. I don't want to hear it. Like that's what you have to learn is what is, like what is an appropriate audience. So like you swearing with your friends, probably fine. But if their parents hear you and they tell me, I'm going to be mad. Like you did not. Yeah, I'm trying to learn. Just like teach them to control their,
it sounds like you're teaching them how to be secretive.
Well, I mean,
like it seems like you're kind of teaching them how to hey, this isn't good, but you can do it. But if you get caught,
is that not the rule that you learn about swearing as an adult? Like you can swear in front of these people, and it will be edifying for them. But if you do it in front of these people, you are going to cause anxiety or tears.
Yeah. But I think if one of the consequences is they get in trouble, so they're allowed to swear around their friends.
No,
and if you tell them you could.
I don't say you're allowed to. I just say I'm aware of it, which is true.
Oh, gotcha.
Developmentally, I'm positive they're swearing. They have to be testing that stuff out. Like, you don't want to be a 26-year-old. She's a freshman.
Okay.
In high school.
Yeah, for sure.
I remember being well into my 20s and maybe in my 30s and not being very steady about saying some swear words. Like I would be like, I'm not very good at this. And then I hung out with Justin McRoberts and I was like, gosh, he is really good at saying bad words.
I really didn't until I became a roofer. And then when I became a roofer, it's like joining the military, and it just becomes a part of the vernacular. So it's like words, like at work, words are said, but it's almost like you're in Spain. It's like you're speaking a completely different language. And unfortunately, that language that you're speaking has a lot of cuss words in it.
But like
then I leave the department. I leave the roofing department, and then I'm good.
You change, you code switch.
Yeah.
Like you don't talk like that at home. You don't talk like that at church.
No.
I kind of talk like that at work where I work. but it depends on the audience. And sometimes I probably push the envelope a little too much. I push it too much on this podcast. This is all. I want Lyndon, like, I'm trying to give her a realistic view of this. Like, these words, they're just words. There's no bad words. But this is like a repeating theme on our podcast, because I can remember me when my mom was still alive talking about this, and my mom not wanting me to swear because she listened to our podcast.
Yeah.
Just that, I think what is important is that you're being compassionate. And sometimes that does involve swearing. Like, sometimes it does. Like, there are times when it is like, this is the word for that moment. And I want my kids to know that. And I talked to him, I actually talked to Lyndon about Tony Campolo the other day, that anecdotal famous Tony Campolo, 2 million kids are dying right now and none of you give a shit.
Yeah.
Thing he gave to like the Christian Businessmen Association.
Yeah.
And he was like, and 100% of you are more offended by the fact that I just said shit than 2 million kids are dying. And all those guys like sponsored like Compassion International Child that day. Like 100%. They're like, all right, you're right.
Someone's like, I'll take a half dozen.
Yep, half dozen. This is little Mikey.
No.
Pork chop.
Now, can I throw something out there for conversation's sake?
Yeah.
Is there a point where you're making a bigger deal out of it than it is? I'm just throwing this out there.
Oh, with my kids?
Yeah. Like if every time swearing comes up, it's just like a big talk, and you're like, sometimes like I could teach you for an hour how to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, but sometimes you just got to throw it on the bread and eat it. So like, is it sometimes maybe the conversation just goes a little too deep, and it's just more of a, hey man, like knock that off, like be smarter. No one wants to hear that. Or you do not swear at me.
Yeah.
Like, I am not your friend. I am not some guy to cut you off out on the road.
No, we have those conversations. We're like, hey man, you can't say dick to your dad. Like, I don't want to hear that again. Like, I'll have that. I'll be like, knock it off. Like, I don't want to hear that. Say it to your friends. Well, she'll do it. She'll be like, that guy's being such a dick. I'll be like, then I don't want to hear that. Like, but
I see what's funny with the example you just gave. I'd be like, that's appropriate. I don't want her to be like, hey, that guy's dick is hanging out of his pants.
I don't want her to say that word
that guy's a
till
dick.
she's 18.
Like,
to me,
it.
I know she talks like that with her friends.
I get it.
And the whole idea is just like, you got to know your audience. You got to know when it's appropriate. And
so she got busted.
But like when she's tired and hungry, like she'll just completely lose her shit. And so she threw this box of noodles, which I told her I was trying to talk her out of eating. Like, we had a bunch of food in the fridge, and I was like, go find some of these leftovers. Let's eat this. Because my aunts came this weekend, which was wonderful, but we had so much food. Like, we bought all the snack food. And I was like, can we get through some of this? Like, you're gone out next week. I'm not going to eat it all. It's got a bunch of cheese in it. Please eat some cheese. And
please eat some cheese.
And then she got mad because she wanted this cup of noodles. So she threw it down. It like exploded all over the floor. Said the F word like twice. And I was like, all right, man, you just lost screens for 2 weeks. And then it became like this huge, like she went upstairs and had this old computer keyboard, which she knew she didn't need anymore, but she also thought it was okay to smash it, like make a bunch of noise. And like, when I call her out on this, she will bring up this time when they were younger and I lost my temper and did something similar. Which I'm sure, like it's not why I'm divorced, but it's one of the reasons.
Yeah.
And I'll have that talk with her all day long. Like, didn't work out for me, dude. Like, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you learn. Like, you hear that voice in your head that's like, you got to smash this. Like, nobody's listening to me. I'm going to break this. And it's not going to come out the way you want it to, man. It's not going to make people listen to you. It's just going to make people afraid. And then later, you'll be having this conversation with your kid.
Yeah. Yeah. Or a probation officer.
Or a probation officer or whatever.
Yeah.
No,
the
like,
warden.
I'll tell you that story while we're on the subject. Jeez. Hey Joe, how are you?
Hey, what's up?
That's all. I missed you. It's been like 2 weeks.
It has. It's been a while. I was on a big old vacation. We did our anniversary, our anniversary trip to the upper peninsula of the Michigan. And I do have to say this. I know we're going to come back to the story that you wanted to tell.
Yeah.
But I have to say, I have absolutely fallen in love with my state. Like, I've always loved Michigan. I loved coming back to Michigan after being elsewhere.
Yeah.
But now that I'm discovering this virtually unknown Upper Peninsula, it is so rad that I get bummed coming back home. And Heidi and I immediately like plan another trip.
That's so cool.
It was so cool. And I haven't posted all the photos. Like, I took a bunch of photos, and there's this lake called Lake Itchykeepy, something like that.
Itchy Coochie.
Yeah, kinda. And I'll post videos of it. It's a lake that's formed over a spring. It dumps 10,000 gallons of water like a minute into the lake or something like that. It's crystal clear. You look like you're looking down, and you're not allowed to fish, not allowed to swim because it's a state park. And there's trout. Like, I thought the largest a trout got was like the size of like a large shoe. Like, say like a size like 13 shoe.
Okay.
Reese, there are trout in this lake the size of my leg.
No.
Like, trout the size of like coho salmon.
What kind of trout are these?
Brown trout.
Brown trout.
And not rainbow.
That's the
like
finless
a river
brown trout is something that swims a lot at my house.
Yeah. One way out. Never swims back upstream though.
No,
occasionally when it storms outside.
Yeah.
But like these I don't know if you're watching a video of this, but like, I came and put my hands, like this little cubby I'm in isn't big enough. These trout are huge. Like I said, they look like coho salmon.
Yeah.
They're huge. And nobody's there. Like, there's no predators for them or anything like that. And I mean, the water is absolutely gorgeous. And because like the minerals in the water, like it has like this emerald green hue to it. You guys look it up on Google. It's called Lake
Itchykeepy.
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 Itchykeepy,
not Itchy Coochie.
Correct.
That's a different lake.
Completely different lake.
Joe and I have both been there.
Hey, you know where we drove through on this trip?
What?
Spread Eagle, Wisconsin.
Did you?
There is a city in Wisconsin called Spread Eagle.
Did you go up and then come back through Chicago? You went a circuitous route or no?
No, so we went up and we stayed the first night in St. Ignace, which is just over the Mackinac Bridge. It's the first city like north of the bridge in the UP.
And what is he
the
patron saint of? Did you think of that?
Of Ignace.
Joe,
of Ignace. Which is fudge.
We have a
Fudge and
podcast here.
pasties.
I'm looking at it
Fudge
up.
and pasties. Well, so then what we did is we always travel the north side of the UP. And for those of you that don't know, the UP stands for the Upper Peninsula. So Michigan is like two halves. There's the Lower Peninsula, which is the mitten, and then the Upper Peninsula, which is the Upper Peninsula, and we call it the UP. And the people who live there, they're called Upers. And then
Yes.
I found this out. If you're not from the UP, if you're from the southern peninsula, the lower peninsula, they call us trolls because we're south of the bridge. We're under the bridge.
Dude, that's not
Yeah.
cool.
So everybody under the bridge, south of the bridge, is a troll. But we always go the north side. So we drove the south side, and just the way that the highways go, you kind of go for a few miles into Wisconsin. And then you make a turn up towards where we were back into Michigan, but you drive through Spread Eagle, Wisconsin. So Heidi and I had lots of jokes just rolling off, and like what would be like the mascot of the high school team, or the homecoming queen, a Spread Eagle and all that stuff. So it was a good time.
Spread Eagle, Wisconsin.
Spread Eagle, Wisconsin. Yeah. It was so,
Joe,
we just kind of had jokes that we were rolling off, and it was just funny. But we saw all these places.
I think there
and
is
usually,
no. I looked it up. Sorry, I didn't even want to cut you off, but this is more important. There is no Saint Ignace.
Oh.
It's Saint Ignatius, and I believe they were just abbreviating it. He's the patron saint of soldiers and all spiritual retreats.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
That's what you were doing. You were retreating spiritually.
Yes.
Okay, now go ahead. Sorry.
And so like we go up there and we camp, and we set up camp, and in Ontonagon is close to the Porcupine Mountains,
Mm-hmm.
and that big ski jump that Daniel Rock posted a video of that ski jump that we did not do. And I talked about it last year when we did it. I told you about it. Well, somebody posted this amazing video. And so that's on the Pickle and Boot Shop Instagram. And then, also the lake, Kichichikipi or whatever. I don't know how to say it. I think we posted a video of that as well. I think, maybe not, but I think that got posted. If not, I'll post some of my videos, or just look it up. So in the Porcupine Mountains, then there's like Lake in the Clouds. That's absolutely beautiful, and all these waterfalls and all this stuff. And man, it's taken me 40 some years. And if I wouldn't have met Heidi, I never would have went up there, because I would have just been city guy for the rest of my life. But she drags me into the woods, and now she doesn't drag me anymore. Now we just walk hand in hand into the woods, and it's absolutely gorgeous. And yeah, I love my state. And so if you guys are out there and you are looking for a different vacation, you've gone to all the same places, try the UP, try the Upper Peninsula in Michigan, and hit me up if you're like, what should we see, or what town should we go to? It's fantastic. It is absolutely gorgeous. Yeah, it's awesome. Like, yeah, you and your girl should come up, man. We'll hit some spots, and do like a week up there, and it's just so much fun.
I want to right now. Joe, it was named by the French explorer and priest Jacques Marquette. He founded the Saint Ignace mission. He named it for Saint Ignatius of Loyola, who is the patron saint of the Jesuits, of soldiers and retreats.
Okay. Now look up Lake Kichikipi. Kichikipi.
Lake
Kichikipi.
Itchy-Keepy. Lake Itchy-Teepee.
Look that up.
You
Starts with a
know
K.
how this
Lake,
is spelled?
Lake
Kitschy? It's not itchy. Kitschy.
Kitsch.
Kitch.
Yeah, that sounds right.
Like Chad.
Kichikipi. Kichikipi.
Like
KITCHITIKIPI. It should come up. Google should know what you're trying to type in there.
Google it. Get Lake Coochie Teepich. Just Google it. Hey.
Did you find it?
No. It told me.
What?
Kitch Itty Keepy. Kitchity Keepy. Lake Kitchity Keepy. Oh, that's so, it just rolls right off the tongue. I can't believe.
Yeah.
Lake Kitchity Keepy. Discover the UP's Big Spring. Kitch-ITI-KIPI. Found it, Joe.
Yeah.
I want to go.
It's fantastic. Yeah, it's fantastic. And so there's this boat. It's like a raft that's connected to like a rope, and the rope goes
Ooh.
across the lake. And the lake is maybe like 100 yards.
Dude,
and you
it
just
looks
get on this.
cool.
Yeah, and you just get on this raft, and you like spin this wheel, and the wheel's like a big pulley, and then like the raft just goes across like on this rope, and you could go out in the middle of the lake, and then you just do it back.
I see it. It's like a big building, and it just goes back and forth, and you can see all the way down.
All the way. I mean, it's like 40 feet deep or something like that,
Dude.
and you could just see all the way to the bottom.
This is
the
so
most clear
cool.
lake you've ever looked into in your life. I was astonished by it.
Okay, guys, it is, let's see, it is spelled KITCH-ITI-KIPI. Kitchitipi. Kitchitikipi.
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 Yeah.
Sure.
Kitchitikipi.
Look it up.
And it's
Looks rad.
fantastic. And so you can do like a waterfall tour, like all across the UP, where there's all these waterfalls, you hike to them. Sometimes it's like a half a mile, a quarter mile hike off the road. Sometimes like Heidi and I have done like a 7 mile where you go 7 miles in and then 7 miles back. So we've done like those big ones, and see all sorts of falls and stuff. I don't know. It's just cool. So if you're looking for something different, it's taken me 40 some years to discover our Upper Peninsula, and it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. If you're in the Houghton area, there's a city that a river runs through it, and the south of it is Houghton, and the north of it is Hancock. So it's Houghton, Hancock, and it's where Michigan Tech University is. There's an old bar restaurant that looks like it's something out of like the 30s. It's called the Ambassador. Look that up online.
Okay.
And they have the greatest pizza in the world. Like if you're a pizza hound and you drive all over for pizza, go to the UP, spend some time up there, or like our Wisconsin friends, drive into Michigan, drive to Houghton, and go to the Ambassador and get a pizza there. It'll be one of the top pizzas.
Houghton.
Yep.
The Ambassador.
Houghton.
I'm looking at
Yep.
it. They have pictures of pizza.
Yeah. It's good. The pizza's phenomenal, but like the inside, like the architecture and stuff, it's like vaulted, like cathedral ceilings, and it's something out of like, and it's all like dark mahogany wood.
Bro, it looks so rad.
It is. It is so cool. It is so cool. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, they have a blue cocktail. That's how I order cocktails, is by color. When people are like, what do you want? I'm like, I don't know. Give me something pink.
A blue cocktail. A green one. Just give me a green cocktail.
I feel green. Can I have a green one? It's not easy being green.
So now I've blabbed on. Let's get back to, are we getting back to parenting, or were you going to tell us a story of when you smashed something?
Oh,
or were
geez.
we
This is
glossing
a
over that?
terrible story. No, I want to gloss over it in my life. It's horrid. I'm going to tell you guys this. So
It shows that you're human.
it shows my humanness. When I was growing up, usually your level of seriousness or how angry you were getting was kind of, you modeled that by how loud you got or how much you yelled. And then it could turn violent. And that was like my parents. They'd just be like, you're about to get your ass beat. Like, you know, and I think a lot of us, like in our generation, kind of grew up with that because our parents were like that.
Yeah.
Well, like they just like, you don't mouth off to your mom, or you're gonna get slapped, or you're gonna like
You get the wooden spoon. We got the wooden spoon.
got the wooden spoon, or like if your mom tells your dad on you, you're gonna get your ass beat. Like your dad's gonna come home and whip you. You know, so not, I don't condone that. Like, I feel like I don't want to straight out just be like, I'm against people spanking their kids or spanking, only spanking. Like, I don't think anything else is okay, but like, I really think personally, I hate it. Like, I just got to this point in my parenting where I was like, had to shut off my own parents' voices or advice, that they would give me over the phone and just be like, I am not spanking my kids. I don't want this. We've talked about this, right? Spanking, corporal punishment.
I don't remember us having this conversation. Maybe we did.
I I just got to a point where I was like I don't disagree with it because I think every parent has to figure out their own thing. But like for me personally, like I'm not quite that liberal where I'm like, oh my God, that is just child abuse. I'm not there. I think that some kids may respond to that. Like there maybe just be like, hey, my son was mouth to me and then I gave him a little crack on the ass and then he knew. Like, that's your kid. Like that's your own thing. I know that like growing up, I got spanked and it really worked for me. Like I feel like there were times when I was just like, I wouldn't do stuff because I was afraid of my dad. And I respected that part of my dad or my mom, that she would get me with the wooden spoon. Or my mom had these chanclas, like these wooden clogs. If she pulled them off, like you shut up. Like you were just like, okay, she's that serious. So, like me growing up there, I feel like my family was like that. Like you get to a point where you're yelling because you're not like you need to communicate you're this level of angry or this level of seriousness. So my ex-wife did not have this at all. Like this was not her upbringing. And it took me till too late to realize this, like don't yell. Like it shuts the whole conversation down. You cannot, don't yell. Like, and realizing like in my own process, like while I'm getting there, I feel like I'm not getting heard. I'm very angry. And there's still an internal voice that's like, you should throw that thing down. You should break that dish or you should throw that cup on the ground because you're mad. Like that I'm agreeing to it. Like I'm having that internal conversation and I'm like signing off like, all right, this is DEFCON 4. We're going to do this.
Okay.
It took me till it was way too late in my marriage to realize that. So one of the worst incidents of me losing my temper was we went Christmas shopping. And the idea was like each parent would take the two girls, shop for the other parent, get the kids like, hey, let's find something for your mom. We're going to buy this. And then the other parent would take over. So I had the kids first and Amy went to, there's not much where I live. Like there is a shopping center where you can go to like Target. There's a Michael's, a Ross, Petco. They added a Old Navy. And then there's like a Kohl's. There's not much, right? So I'm in Kohl's. She's in Target. She's doing shopping.
You're in just a bustling metropolis.
It really is. Yeah, it's very exciting here. But like,
sounds it.
Yeah. So I went to Kohl's with the kids, and they were young. I want to say Lyndon was like 8. Who knows? This might have been during COVID. Let's say 8. Era's 4 or 5. And we're shopping and they're young. So it's like this thing you had with your kids where you're like, hey, we're shopping for mom. We're shopping for mom. Okay, put that down. no, we're not doing that. Let's find something mom would like. So it was a lot of that, but it was like 2 hours of that. And I was just like, okay, fine. I was just exhausted. And the kids had to pee and they were thirsty. And I'm finally just like, Amy, come to where I'm at. We got to get this. We got to get this going. We got to get, like, it's your turn to go shopping with the kids. I need a break. And they have to pee. And they're like, Dad, I'm thirsty. They're hungry. They're kind of losing their shit, crying. 2 hours is a long time. Like, it was way too long.
Yeah. Super long.
So, but I was trying to be, I think in my memory, I think I was trying to like give Amy space so she could be like shopping for her family and not have to deal with kids asking for things, or like she was buying their Christmas presents and like kind of out of the way. So I'm texting Amy for real, like 45 minutes and like no response. And like, just kind of like, I don't know what to do. We agreed at meeting at the car at this at this time, and she's not showing up. And like, kids are, both of them just like melting down. Like they've had too much time. And I think like Era was still in an age where she needed a nap, and Lyndon was also in an age where she needed a nap but refused. So kind of melting down. They have to pee. They're thirsty. And I'm like, guys, let's just wait. We're waiting for your mom. She's supposed to be here and she's not answering. And then she just like suddenly like out of the blue is like, oh, sorry. I didn't know you were texting me. Oh yeah, it's this time. I'll be there in like a half hour. And I'm like, come on, dude. Like, just incensed, you know? And so I'm like, no, we agreed on this. Like, the kids they need to go home. Like, this is over. They're done. Like,
now, are you guys still together at this point?
yes, like very together. But like, it was always like, I feel that before, probably a lot of people enjoyed this time. Before kids, it was like different than after kids. It's like more stress. It just depends on like how you deal with kids. Cause like, I feel that like when I'm hanging out with Kara and her kids, or Kara and my kids, like she like doesn't have the same triggers that Amy had, like just way easier. She's just easy. So, and Amy was not easy. Like these things, I think I made her anxious, and then being a mother in front of me, I think made her anxious, like a lot of anxiety. So anyway, it was, I think, like good for her to get away from the kids. Whereas I'm like, I'm not trying to pawn them off on her. I'm just at this point, like, we got to go home. And I've been texting you for 45 minutes. And we kind of had this history of like, I would text her like in actual emergencies and be like, hey, I can't find the key to the car. Like Lyndon may have drank a whole thing of liquid Tylenol. Help. Like, please text me back. I gotta know where you hid the spare car key or something. This really happened. And like, I had to take a cab to the hospital to find out that my kid didn't drink all the liquid Tylenol, but to get her stomach pumped, and like just fucking flipping out. And then Amy, like an hour later, was like, oh, sorry, I didn't have my phone on. Or it was like on vibrate. Like, dude.
Yeah, that's frustrating.
So we had like this history of like, where I'm like, Amy, you got to keep your phone, at least if it's on vibrate, like something. It was before Apple Watch, by the way. So you didn't know, like, and so.
You say that as if everybody has an Apple Watch.
I bought her an Apple Watch as soon as it came out for this reason. I was like, here you go. Now you're going to know when I'm texting you and it's an emergency. So there was like this history. And so I was like getting pissed. Like pissed. Kids, we're all hungry. Kids have to pee. They're thirsty. I'm like, we got to go, man. These kids need to go home. They cannot do this anymore. Like, we're calling it quits. And we had gotten Christmas presents for Amy. So she just kind of like then texted me like, oh, sorry, I'll be there in like half an hour or whatever. And I was like, we gotta go now, dude. Like, we gotta go. They're melting down. And she came up like a half hour later. And I was like, you know, my MO at that time was yell. Like, you're not being listened. Like, nobody, you're not being heard. You got to yell. And so I tried. I started out like, she got in the car and I was like, Amy, I have been trying for like an hour and a half to get you to come here, to listen to me, to hear what I'm saying. And like, like, you're not answering my call. You're not answering my text. And this is a thing for me. For real. She just screamed in my face. like spit was flying out of her mouth, like screaming, like, what do you, this is Christmas. And like, why are you ruining it for us? And I was like, just some voice in my head is like, do you want to see me ruin Christmas?
Oh, here we go.
Just fucking went. It was like very calmly. I was just like, I haven't ruined Christmas yet, but I will. And I just went and opened the trunk and I took all the presents that the kids picked out against their will. I know, shit. Threw them on the ground. Like, fucking just, and they had, this is the worst. There was like a watch she wanted. It had all these fake like jewels in it. It wasn't a lot. It was like $25, but all these cheap ass fake jewels, these fake diamonds, like just, it was like spinning and throwing them across the parking lot, like just everywhere. Kids are crying. I did this, like just fucking fully melt down. No yelling. Just like, do you want to ruin Christmas? You want me to ruin Christmas? Do this.
You're like Chevy Chase, just
smashing
losing it
shit.
in Christmas Vacation.
I just threw it down and then I just walked away. Like I just left and walked. I fucking walked home for 15 miles. So the lesson, the take home lesson, friends, is do not listen to that goddamn voice. Like, do not listen to that voice.
So Lyndon saw that. You believe that Lyndon saw that and now she models that.
I don't know if she models it, but she brought this up in this, you know, that where she was kind of losing her shit. She was like, well, you did it. You do this. And what I tell her is like, I did do that. That was me. I am capable of that. And you can see how that worked for me. Like, I love your mom and I loved being in a family with all of us. And what that did was break that. Like, we're divorced because I could not listen, you know, like, because I thought that was okay. That was an okay way to behave. Yeah. And it's not. Like, no. When is it okay to lose your shit? Probably if you're in the military and you're supposed to lose your shit and kill people.
I don't even think that's a good explanation. I don't know if losing your shit is ever necessary. I don't, you know what I mean? Like, order does not come from chaos. Yeah. So if you are losing your shit, you are not, I consider that like chaotic, and you're not going to bring anything down. You're not going to help a situation. You're not going to calm yourself down. There has to be another way to find that.
I don't even think I lost my shit. Like, I was totally like, I was accountable. Like it wasn't like I blacked out and I had like some PTSD rage thing. I just was like, this is what you have to do. Like that was that voice in my head. Like, go break
Yeah.
it. Go break it.
I mean, I understand you might not have went berserker, but you lost your shit in the sense that your actions, you know what I mean? Like, even if you were even keel, if you were like, oh, you think I ruined Christmas? I'll show you ruined Christmas.
Yeah.
And you just pop the trunk and you start chucking stuff or breaking things. Like, you might be even keel, but your actions are losing your shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No,
And so
it's not okay. Like, that is not okay. What I did, for sure, it will haunt me for the rest of my life.
yeah, all parents have something in their back pocket. And I mean, be thankful that you have one or two of those instances, because that's what kids don't understand. Like, kids think adults have it all together, and we're learning along the way too.
Oh, yeah.
You know, when you have a baby, you've never had a baby before. When you have a 1-year-old, you've never had a 1-year-old before. When you have a 6-year-old, you've never had a 6-year-old.
Second one, you're a little bit better on.
You're a little bit better or a little worse, because you realize, like, yeah, it doesn't really matter. They'll do okay.
They're fine,
You know?
if they drink that.
Yeah. We'll figure it out when they're peeing out antifreeze. We'll figure it out.
It's fine.
But, like, you know, that's what kids don't understand when they're going through their teenage years. Like, we're all going through it together, you know? And so it is, you know, I don't know where I was going with that, but I think as parents, we all have that one or two instances, but I think what you can build upon is that you've realized what you've done. You don't want to do that again. You don't want to bring that into your relationship with Kara. You've changed. You're trying to change. You know those triggers. You know those warning signs. You know the little voice. That's what makes you a good person, is if you saw all of those, if you saw all of those signs, felt all of those feelings, felt those triggers coming on, and you still were just like, F it, I'm doing this because I'm throwing an adult tantrum.
Yeah.
You know, that's a problem. That's
Right.
where that's where you need help. That's where you need to be incarcerated. You know, you name it. That's what makes you an idiot person. But the fact that you could say, I did do that one time, I felt horrible, and Lyndon, this did A, B, C, D in my life.
Yeah.
Don't you go down that road.
Yes.
You know, you
Yes.
did this today. That was dad light. You did dad light today, and that was your one that you get. You need to realize here, you know, don't do that again. Don't do that around other people. You have to find a better outlet. And if you feel like you're not being heard, you know, just let me know, hey, Dad, I'm not being heard. And then you know how that feels. And so hopefully that can, in that situation, can jolt you into saying, like, okay, well, tell me how you feel, because I'm going to tell you how I feel.
Yeah.
You know, and that's where you have that conversation where no one's screaming, no one's yelling, and everything she's saying, you're taking that as truth. And she needs to understand that everything that you're saying is your truth as well. Then hopefully you come to a better understanding.
It's true. You are right. And I mean, like, everything you just said, you're correct.
Yeah.
I feel like anger is like an issue that I've had to deal with. I have to deal with all the time. But, like, it is my whole family. Like, my aunt was here and we were talking about my uncles losing their shit and my dad losing their shit. And I'm like, this is a thing. This is a real thing. Like, we all have to process this. Like, for some reason in my family, like, we all are kind of built this way where you just, like, you hit this point and you're just like, violence.
Yeah.
Like, this is violence. And for me, I hear that voice, and it is like, sure, I'm sure evolutionary wise, it has protected my family or my people. Like, it's made these genes be passed on, but it is not beneficial right now. And it definitely hurts. It, you know, like, it hurt my kids. It hurt my marriage. it's still hurting my kids. My daughter felt that. She felt that. Like she's like violence. It's coming.
Yeah.
And it hurt her. She's grounded for 2 weeks from screens. It's terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible. Anyway.
Yeah, but better she learned now.
Yes.
You know, think of it that way. Better that she learned now than she carries those genes and that idea and those concepts of how you resolve conflict.
Yeah. My dad, I wish my dad had this conversation with me. I wish my dad had learned this.
Yeah.
I don't know if he ever did.
Yeah.
Like,
and the other thing is if it's hard, I mean, it shouldn't be, but like sometimes it's, a parent sitting down, you kind of have this conversation. It's kind of weird, but if you let her listen to this and then it's like she's eavesdropping on you, telling your feelings to me and the discussion that we have, she could possibly feel like she's, you know what I mean? Not being talked to, but I'm not alone type deal. Yeah. Like, oh, dad is telling Joe, Joe has said whatever to dad. And I get that. And I get, I didn't know dad went through all that. I didn't know the family's gone through all that. I didn't know, maybe she can have a little bit of different perspective.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. No, I've been programmed the opposite. So I've been like, I have within me a pretty quick fuse as well, but I've been programmed to like, you put it and it's Rubbermaid and you put it on the shelf and then it comes out when people aren't around, So like if I'm playing a video game, and something happens in the video game that I get mad about, I probably go overboard. Like if there was a fly in the room or a microphone in the room, people would be like relax, dude. But I think that all the outside stuff that I deal with, that I have my therapeutic ways of dealing with or not dealing with and just put my head in the sand. Then when something small happens, like a video game, or something you're driving and you see something, but you're alone, you lose your shit when you're alone, and you don't have repercussions because it's the most you might have is like a sore throat because you're screaming at the top of your lungs in the car or, something of that nature. That's how I tend to go. I try not to lose my cool in fights. I try not to say, I don't name call. I try not to raise my voice. I do know that I'm passionate, so I get louder because I get passionate when I speak, and then I have to bring it back down. But I'm not yelling out of anger. I'm getting loud out of passion and like, but I try not to say things in anger because that's once they're out there. Once you say something to somebody, you can go back and apologize. But when you're a kid, to be like, hey, I'm sorry I called you that. That's kind of one thing because you're discovering words and you're discovering how that hurts people. Yeah. But as an adult, to go back to an adult and say, hey, I'm sorry I said that. To me, that's tough. Like you're an adult. You should know what you're doing. You should know what you're saying. You should know what you're doing. You should have known the consequences when those words are coming out of your mouth. And like the half a second that you had before you said it, you should have filtered that. Like, that's a little tougher for adults to be like, hey, sorry, I said whatever, because if I get into it with, my best friend and he's like, you fat idiot. And you're like, dude, why'd you go to my weight? Like that's an issue with me. Like, why'd you, why would you say that?
Hey.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to say it. No, you did, because obviously that's in your subconscious. You can attack me for my weight or for how ugly I am or, for whatever. And so I think it's different with adults, whereas kids, you're lashing out, you're saying, oh, I really hurt that person. Yeah, I hurt that person by using those words. I'm either going to continue to do that because I can really hurt people, or I'm going to not do that because I really did hurt somebody.
Plus, as a kid, especially as a male, you're just like testosterone. it is a hell of a drug. You're just like torqued out on testosterone. So you're like aggressive for no reason.
And I mean, there's the equivalent for females. You know, I mean, look at the movie Mean Girls. Like, girls are petty, catty. They get at each other for doing that stuff. So,
but I also think I think girls are also going through a hormonal flux. Like, they have,
for sure.
They get bouts of testosterone where they're aggressive or they're
absolutely,
where they have like less estrogen and then all that's left is testosterone. So they're like,
I agree with you 1,000%. That's why I think it's worse for an adult.
It's a real thing.
Not going through that stuff, and we should know better.
Well, and so this is the thing I keep telling my kids is there's really no such thing as an adult. Like,
I tell my kids the same thing.
You hit 18, you can vote, like you're responsible for crimes you commit, and you can get a little bit better of a job, and you can vote. Like, but nothing has really changed. You like, the thing that you think of as an adult is caused by a lot of pain and suffering. And so not everybody gets there. Like, and not everybody needs all that pain and suffering. Like, there's just some kids that are like, they're good. Like they really have a good grasp on like, hey, I don't want to get angry and have a violent outburst because that hurts people. Or I don't want to tell HR to go fuck themselves because that makes me lose my job. You know, there are kids that are like that the whole way. Like, they keep going and they're great. But like, for some of us, it takes a bit.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I've told my kids the same thing. Like, adult is just like a theory, a word that's used for anybody over the age of 18.
Yeah.
They're an adult. They're not a toddler. They're not an infant. But, you know, I tell them, I said, you know, the kid in school who's, you know, kind of that slacker person in school that, you know, that grimy, dirty, vulgar, you know, whatever. I said, they're going to be that as an adult. Hopefully they don't. But most of the time, the kids you went to high school with, what they were in high school is that as an adult.
Mostly. I don't know. I think like I told you about this guy, Grant Ogden, that came to my high school reunion, my 30th year high school reunion. And this dude picked on me, like picked me up, put me in a trash can, made me sing the Star Spangled Banner, beat the shit out of me in football, like would just come over and like hit me in the head with his head, like so many concussions. Like, he was mean, like just talking shit all the time, like abusing me. He came to my 30-year high school reunion and he was like, hey man, you're Reese Roper, right? And I was like, yeah. He's like, hey, I'm Grant Ogden. Do you remember me? I wasn't in your class. I was a class ahead of you. Hey, was I mean to you? And I was like, a little bit. And he was like, it was like, I know I picked on you, man. I'm really sorry. And I like,
he was like, I'm in AA and I'm on step 8 where I have to apologize to everybody.
Maybe, but like, hey, fucking, it really did something to me because I hadn't thought about that dude for 20 years. And then suddenly I was just like, and I'd think about it, like I'd talk about like to my kids, I'll be like, yeah, I got picked on in school. Don't be mean to kids. Don't be mean. But like this guy as an adult, he's a pilot for Southwest, came out, like he's fine. He's doing fine. Like he's not like, to my knowledge, like at the bottom, but this haunted him. And he came to our high school reunion and was like, hey, dude, I'm really sorry. It meant a lot. Like, I had not thought about it. And had he never done it, it wouldn't have done, I would have kind of been on the same trajectory, but like, because he did that, I was like, that's so cool. Like, that guy was really mean to me. He was really mean to a lot of people. And he has changed.
He stole a plane to fly to Denver to apologize.
Right. He did. He
was on a chain gang. He was on a chain gang, stole a plane to get to, because he had to be at that 30th.
But
yeah, no, I agree. I think I think we grow up and we grow in different areas, but overall, like just my general telling of kids to my kids is like the kids around you that are like working their butts off in school, they're going to be the ones that are working their butts off in high school, working their butts off in college. Like your valedictorians, you're those type of people. They're kind of always going to be those people. Yeah. Give or take some outliers. But like most likely, if you're the slacker dude from high school, just the burnout, you're probably going to have a pretty behind the eight ball life of kind of being a slacker, burnout, maybe not a career. You just kind of do jobs where you get paid and stuff like that. I don't know. That's how I kind of see it, is like who we all were in school is kind of who we are as adults. Like I said, give or take some lessons that you learn.
Yeah.
But, and hopefully like those that have like a poor childhood, figure out why and change that. And like, such as you saying, you come to the realization of how you do things and process things. And I hope as people get older, I guess that's why you don't really see like 60, 70, 80-year-old people like losing their shit. Like
you did,
like they all seem like sweet. They all seem like sweet old people, because maybe they all just hit that point where you're like, what's my legacy gonna be? Like I don't have a lot more time here. What's my legacy? How many people are gonna come to my funeral? That's what I think a lot. How many people are gonna be at my funeral?
Oh,
and I'd like to think that when I go, that there's a decent amount of people that like, you helped, and you just like everybody wants that. You'd hope,
I don't care.
You'd hope people would fly in from out of town because you meant enough to that person,
I'll be dead. I don't care. Like
I'm going to try and die first. I'm going to try and die first. So you got to come to mine.
Yeah. No. It's a contest.
I'm going to die first. So you got to come to mine.
I am going to go.
I don't want to have to go to Virginia. I don't want to have to go to Virginia.
I don't want to have to go to Virginia. I'm going to go eat a quadruple Whopper with cheese and bacon right now.
And then drive to Iowa. So I die in Iowa and not Virginia.
Not Virginia. There's my kids. You got to come here for my funeral because I hate Virginia.
Kids, you have to promise me something. If I keel over, you drag my carcass to Denver.
Just
and then
on
call
the roof,
the police. And then call the police, man. Pack me an ice.
Family trucks are.
I've bought this large cooler. You're gonna put me in there, drive me to Denver, and call the police.
I'm sure they have.
And then I died on the way.
Human sized cooler. Just do a search for it, guys.
Yeah. Put me in this
we gotta
oil
get out
drum.
of here. It's 58 minutes. I guess that's fine because we flaked out for like 3 weeks.
Yeah, we're good.
Fine.
Listen, I got a booger whistle. I'm sitting here trying to breathe, and you're spilling your guts about some an event in your life that really changed the trajectory of your children. You do, and I'm like breathing in the background. Oh, it stopped.
Oh, good.
Oh, it stopped. But yeah, I had a booger whistle.
Good. Okay, bye, non-patronizers.
See ya.
Oh, do we have to? Do we read the patronizers' names? We have to do that still.
Oh, can we put that in?
All right, we're putting that in. Bye, jerks.
See it.